Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we will play some more E4 and practice the usual openings that I'm teaching to all of you guys. You can subscribe to the channel, leave a like, follow me. If you want me to play any more openings, just let me know in the comment section. I already feel like my opponent isn't interested, so I will just start with the very next opponent. Okay, let's just play against Hyur from okay, wait. I need someone who isn't playing. Alright, this guy. Let's just start. So I'm playing against FN Adem from Netherlands. I will play the Italian because the Italian opening is really the main opening for every single player that wants to improve at chess. So, okay, he's playing a sideline with Bishop B4. If you don't know what to do, guys, like me right now, I would just recommend you to castle and then apply some principles. For example, bring your pieces into the game. So I will just bring my knight into the game. Of course, I'm considering the take, but if he does that, then it doesn't change anything. This is a weird move. When the knight is on the board, side of the board like that, usually it's very good to try to snap it. Because if you snap it away, then the pawn structure is just fully destroyed. Okay, my opponent played bishop to g4, which feels strange. It feels like I can actually play h3, but if h3 takes, he might go knight d4. So maybe I should. Okay, I will just play h3 anyway, because even if he does that, then I don't really care. I'm just moving back. My queen is defending the pawn on c2. Okay, I will go knight d5 because centralizing a piece is very good in the middle game, and I will just try to get rid of this bishop over here. At some point, okay, this is a huge, huge mistake. The problem is that my opponent completely overlooked the fact that the bishop is hanging, so I will just go snap it. Of course, I might get trapped or something close to this, but notice that it looks dangerous once again, but at the same time it isn't. Because look, I'm defending everything. If he goes bishop takes, I capture here with the queen with check. Oh, sorry, I capture the queen with check. If he goes queen h4 like right now, then what does it really change? I mean, he's threatening the pawn around here, so maybe I should just go king h2 in order to defend. So it looks dangerous, and it can be very dangerous, now that I'm thinking about it. But I don't see any concrete ways for him to prove to me that it's dangerous. So guess what? I'm not collapsing. I'm still fighting. King of Fate. All right, my opponent is definitely fighting seriously. I'm thinking about capturing, but I'm also thinking about rook g1 with the trick that if he captures, I go rook g2. So, and yeah, and my trick is that I want to go bishop g5. If he captures here, I'm not really calculating, but I think rook g2 and one more attack. You can take right here, right there, but guess what? It doesn't really matter because after I trade off, look, I have a queen, I'm sorry, piece for two pawns, and I'm still attacking this pawn. I might go rook f2 and then start attack on the f7 pawn. So there's still a couple of things that are possible right here, right now. Yeah, and now I think he's getting trapped because I have the move bishop g5, which is trapping the queen. So, the Italian game can be very, very dangerous and very hard to deal with. Um, even for players that tend to look very dangerous. Yeah, here he's just giving me pieces for free. I will just capture on f6, and it's going to be checkmate very, very, very soon. Okay, I will just go rook f2. I'm threatening mate, so even if he captures the bishop, checkmate. All right. Does he want to go for revenge? That would be very interesting. What else can we say? No, actually, what I did is very good. I just stood up with the principles of the Italian, bring the knight out, bring the bishop out, and then just made, I just tried to not blunder anything, which happened. By the way, if he had gone bishop c5, I'm pretty sure I would have captured. Wait, what does the engine say? Yeah, I mean, I would have played bishop h6. Yeah, this is good because after he takes back, it feels like it's dangerous here. But actually, I wanted to go king h1 and rook g1 if needed, but no need for that. And if knight d4, he's about to destroy my pawn structure, but I can go g4 and force the bishop back and play knight d4. But once again, I'm just better developed. The queen usually goes on f3 in the Italian, so of course I wanted to do that. So that's the thing. Okay, let's just look for another opponent. By the way, if you see that I'm online, you can just send me a message. And of course, there are some cases where you will be playing against me. Okay, so I will be joining this guy from. Okay, wait, some people are leaving pretty fast. Okay, Earl TZYYYYY. So very new account. Against E4, I would recommend you the Caro-Kann. So let's just go for the Caro-Kann. F4. Okay, we tried the tricks yesterday with E5. It didn't work out, so I'll play D5. Yeah, and if he does, okay. And now basically in the Caro-Kann, the whole point is that I'm having the c6 square for my knight. Then I will having the f6 square for my other knight. And then I will have the bishop that will come out on some natural squares. Here, I really want to go bishop there. I just have to calculate what happens if g4. If g4, I wanted to go bishop e4 and force the rook to move, and then the king won't be able to castle. And maybe it's dangerous, maybe it isn't, but who knows? All right, he went knight g3, which I completely forgot, to be honest with you. Um, I will play bishop e4, which looks crazy. Actually, I completely forgot knight g3, but it's okay because even here, if he captures everything, I have more space in the center. And okay, if the bishop was there, it would have been a problem, but now it should be fine. And even if it isn't, then I guess it isn't. All right, here he's forgetting the d-pawn. I can capture that way or capture that way. Maybe I should be capturing with the knight. It's more active. I'm also threatening some forks. For example, if queen e3, trying to apply pressure, I will just move back. Uh, Oopsie. I'm sorry, move back. Move forwards and force the queen to move back. And now, of course, I'm just winning the queen with check. Winning the queen with check is good. Don't mistake that for not capturing the queen with check. If you do not capture the queen with check, this is still good, but this is better to capture it with check. Um, yeah, and now of course, joking, but now yeah, king e2, queen d3. The king is just dead, and this is very funny. This is something I explained yesterday in the most recent upload. It's very, very, very important to think about forcing moves. Think about tactics. Here my opponent didn't. There isn't much we can really say to this. I should be more patient when playing the opening, but basically, you know what this is all about. Let's just stick to our e4. Okay, my opponent's playing the Sicilian, like we saw it last time. Against the Sicilian, we have this super, super setup, which is a closed Sicilian. By the way, I will play with the white pieces on the National German League the 9th of November against an IM. I should be analyzing the game, and if I'm not, then it will be on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram. I'm posting a lot of content. I'm basically posting every day, and I'm teaching you how to calculate, how to train chess. I'm basically showing my training program, just to help you train chess. All right, a6. He wants to go b5. I will just prevent b5. And I'm better developed, so there shouldn't be anything too scary here. This forcing move isn't quite impressive. I can just capture the pawn both ways, so it's all right. Here I'm about to play bishop to g2, then I'm about to play d3, knight e2, and castle, exactly like we saw it in the most recent upload. At some point I will play f4, and yeah, I'm basically the king of the board in this game. He accepted. It's an honor to play with you. To me, it's a pleasure. I'm playing and recording for my channel, so you'll get some decent analysis. Haha. All right, now he's attacking me. So usually I should be going 92, and I will still stick to 92. I mean 92 feels very logical. It's very hard to say that it's not the case. And now I'm just about to play d3 castle. Thanks. It's natural. Aha. Yeah, and now basically 92. If he tries to apply some pressure, I will play d3, but also I'm trying to bring the bishop out. This is very important to me. And maybe we will get a kingside attack if he tries to go for some g6, right? Okay, d5. The problem of d5 is that he miscalculated something. I think he didn't fully calculate that I can capture the pawn on d5. And if he did, then either he found a great, great idea, or he didn't. e5, if he moves back, I just capture the pawn that I don't want to do on e5. So I guess I would just go pawn takes. There isn't much I can really add to this. I mean, I'm up a pawn. All right, he's giving me a second pawn. The problem is that now he's giving me a pawn, which is opening up this diagonal. So I don't think e6 was a better idea. Maybe he should have gone g6 or e6, just trying to bring the pieces out. The game wasn't lost here yet. Now I capture. I might be capturing the pawn one day. Pawn takes. I should be castling. Because if I capture, maybe he will go from some 97, but I don't care since I'm not, I'm simply not going to capture the rook. Yeah, here I would just castle, basically. Because maybe it's fine, but who knows? I don't want to give away the Leicester bishop. I mean, I should be capturing it. It would be more interesting for you guys to see how to defend in those positions where you're up in exchange. But here I'm up 2 pawns, so I don't want to risk it. Also, it's very pedagogical to just realize that sometimes you're just so winning that there is no need of forcing the inevitable. All right, here he wants some knight f3, so I guess I can play f4, right? Because if knight f3 now I have a full control of the square, there is no queen d4 thanks of the knight, and even if he does this, and captures, I can still capture on d1, and in the end of the day, we will be trading, the knight for the bishop after he captures in d4. So queen d4 captures, 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 captures. If this is all right. And at the same time, the knight will be hanging. I might have some bishops, some knight e6 or some knight c6 or whatever. So it's, knight g6. All right. Now I just want to bring my bishop out if needed. We would never know when I'll need this piece, so I better bring it into the game right now. Also, one day some danger might be happening around those squares, so I will just be very careful and I will try to play h3 at some point. With the intention of going king h2, if anything. Also, this bishop starts to annoy me a little bit. All right, so I will just play h3. If the bishop moves back, there is g4. Although it might be pretty risky to play g4, but it's okay. And here he's giving me yet another pawn, so I guess I will just go grab the pawn. But then at the same time, I have some developing issues, because if I bring my bishop out, the rook captures, the rook can become super active. So I'm up 3 pawns, but am I really happy? If I go b3, are there some beef? Yeah, my queen is almost trapped, so I have to go that way. And rook b4. Not sure. Maybe capturing the pawn was a little bit too... No, but it's okay, because I can capture the pawn, and in the worst case, I'll play queen c6 and, trust my light squares. And he can't really do anything about the dark squares yet, until he did. But now I can just go queen takes. So I have to be careful. Maybe I can go bishop a4 or bishop a3 with the intention of trading. Queen b6, there is nothing, and if this and that, I have to go king h2. Oh, sorry, king h1. All right, I will just try not to lose. Oh wait, I blundered. I blundered queen d4. Congratulations, you forced me to, you found a way to help me to blunder. Bravo. Okay, he missed that. I'm talking too much, I'm writing too much, and then, of course, the outcome is that I'm not paying enough attention to what is happening to the game. Okay, I will just play 95. If he captures, I will trade back. Here he lost some time, but this is a very, very harsh game. Let me just check very quickly what happened here. Okay, basically I shouldn't have captured on e6. I should have gone b3 and bishop b2. This is as simple as that. In the end, he played better than in the opening. In the opening, he should have stayed to some principles and keep developing pieces. That would have been a lot better for him. All right, this is a little bit off. I would just take on. Yeah, and the trap is that if I go bishop f5, he has knight g3, bishop g6, and f5, which is trapping my bishop. But I go knight f6. All right, he wants to go for some sort of onion gambit. I guess I will accept it. If he doesn't do this, then now he just stole some squares for his own pieces. So I guess pieces aren't quite working together right now, which is all right for me, but like for you, it shouldn't be all right. Now I'm just developing my pieces, some natural squares. G4 might be a thing, so I will play H5 just to prevent G4. No, it's not very accurate, to be fully honest with you. I feel like I could have been playing a little bit more, in a more in a more realistic approach, but at the same time, I think it's all right. I will play h4 just to prevent knight g3. It already caused me enough troubles with the move knight g3 before. Now he's dropping a pawn. Yeah, calculation. I think there was just a huge amount of tactical blunders that could have been prevented with some tactical exercises. If you want to get better at calculation, you can go check my uploads when it comes to the calculation. You can go check my blog on Lichess. Now I'm just activating my knight, attacking the queen. You can go check my blog. You can, calculation is one of the easiest weaknesses and weak part of the games that can be improved. Here after queen b4, sadly, he's running into a pin with bishop a5, which is pinning the queen, and this is sadly, yeah, losing. This is a little bit sad right now. But okay, this is like I usually say to my students when I realize that my students have some tactical and calculation issues, this is one of the easiest, not that chess is simple to learn, it is one of the easiest weaknesses to get rid of. Because you just have to go for exercises. It's very simple to quantify. Positional playing and understanding stuff. This is harder because you need more time to understand strategical and positional patterns. But for tactics, it's really simple. Just because you have thousands and thousands of free exercises everywhere. Okay, I didn't say anything, but basically he blundered a pawn. Now I'm up a queen. I would just go steal his rooks, and I guess I will just go win the game like that. Now I should be capturing the rook on h1 because it's this knight is the hardest piece to defend. But just for the purpose of the attack, I won't capture any of the rooks. I will go queen takes b2 check in between. And now after king goes back to e1, only now I will be capturing the rook because I can. Sadly, right? Sadly, I'm winning. Okay, now he's giving me another piece. I'm looking for something more, but there isn't. So I will just go check for some other weak spots. Now he's giving me yet another pawn. So sorry that I'm punishing you, but at the same time, not sorry because this is the way you learn by losing. Yeah, 94. I'm snapping some pawns, some rooks, some things. And yeah, and this is how it goes. Now he's giving me yet another piece for free. After rook e2, I will have queen c1 checkmate. Important to always train checkmating patterns. If you want to get better at the tactics and checkmating patterns, go check my most recent uploads. I'm explaining how to train tactics, or you can book some lessons, but of course, this is not the purpose of today's upload. Does he want to play more games? If he wants, we can keep going. I mean, I have time right now. Yes, he wants. All right, e4. Let's just see what my opponent goes for. More Sicilian. More Sicilian. Feels like he doesn't want to play anymore. And by the way, guys, if you play against someone that is stronger than you, even if in the short term you're losing rating points, when later on you will play against someone that is weaker, you will automatically play better. Automatically. Thanks for the games. See you in the future. See you in the future. All right. Let's just keep going for some more games. Who is open for some blitz chess? I see an IM that is rated 2900. I can accept the. No, today's purpose is really to play, and I won't be expecting anything if I play against a 2900 IM. Okay, brand new accounts. All right, he's playing some d4. Against d4, I'm recommending to play c6. Like against e4, you play c6. Basically, whatever black goes for, you can play c6, d5. And yes, it's a Slav, and don't be afraid of whatever you might be hearing online. The goal of an opening is just to bring all your pieces into the game. So do it. And now I will show you a very simple setup. And this is an opening system that I'm teaching to every single one of my students, no matter how strong they are, 21 FIDE, 2100 FIDE, 1600 FIDE, first tournament ever, last tournament ever. Uh, F3. Okay, I'm teaching a system which goes with E6. Now my opponent played F3 to play E4. I think I should be capturing, but at the same time, I'm not sure. F3. Wait, how is it possible that I don't know what to do against F3? Okay, I will just act like I'm done. I will just play E6, allowing him to go E4. What I see is that I won't take because it would just improve his pawn structure. Actually, I will take because if pawn takes, I will try some super aggressive stuff. I will play E5. Why? Because if pawn takes, then I will trade the queens off. He didn't fall for it. And if he goes d5, then now he's just giving me the dark squares. So I might be going knight to g4 at some point, and it's probably not the best. I will check it afterwards in the analysis. But yeah, the problem is that I'm really just, yeah, knight g4. And now I'm just basically going for some principles, for some active moves. And yeah, that's how it goes. If he goes bishop to g5, I will play the move queen to b6. And the threat would be check. I'm sorry, knight f2. And if he goes bishop h4, then I will have bishop f2, this, and mate. And if bishop takes, then queen takes f2 is mate. So there is quite a huge amount of problems that might be happening around those squares. Yeah, that's a hard thing. But guys, regardless of if you're playing with, this position with white or black side, there is no reason to play f3 so early. You know, you're not a grandmaster. You don't need so many lines. You don't need anything close to so many lines. Really. You just need to play chess, and that's it. All right. Check. If king e2, it's mate. If bishop takes, yeah, here he should have gone king to d2, after which I wanted to go for a check, king c2, and now captures. Captures and knight to f2, and I would be winning the exchange. And sure, we can trade the queens off, everything's fine, but I'm still winning the rook in the end. Well, let's just send him a revenge. Maybe he will start, exactly, he will accept. Let's just play some e4, more Italian game. Yeah. All right, bishop e7, which is the, I know, how's it called again? I forgot the name. But my opponent knows some theory. This is good. I will play knight c3. I will play d3, and now he wants to go knight a5 and grab my last bishop. No, he goes d5. Be careful, my friend, because now you're hanging a pawn here on d5. So I can basically just capture it. And yeah, the problem is that, I'm up a pawn already. And now I'm just moving my bishop back, not allowing you to take it. Yeah, and sadly, I'm up a pawn. Very sorry about that mistake, my friends. Okay, he's pinning me. I want to get rid of the pin, but if I go h3, he just moves back. So since there is no need of getting rid of the pin yet, I will just play bishop e3. I will just bring my pieces into the game and wait until something happens. For example, if he goes knight here, then I will be able to take with the bishop, for example. Um, okay, I will play king h1 because I have a nice trick. If he goes that way, I think I should be going takes, right? And now h3. If he captures, I capture back with the queen, and if he goes g4, bishop h5, I go g4. Here and now, notice that since my king is there, I can at some point plant the rook right here. I will go knight e5. The whole point of knight e5 is that I'm attacking the bishop, but the real threat and or idea is to play f4 and f5. And king h1 isn't necessary or anything. It's just that I feel more comfortable doing it that way. Yeah, now I'm threatening some f5, and he can't go h6 nor h5 because I capture on g6 and the f pawn is pinned. So it's winning. And since it's winning, it's better for me. Yeah, okay, this is it. I guess I have just the capture right here. Yeah, maybe I should even play something like this. Yeah, and if he goes takes, I can capture that way. He captures back, I capture, and queen g3 is not a check. So if he goes queen g3, I have queen f3. I will play g5, which is a little bit too much, to be fully honest with you. If captures, I have this capture in between. He can't capture with the f pawn. He has to capture with the h pawn. After which I will just capture back on g5, and we are fine. By the way, it's 15 o'clock 19. So basically, I have some students that started their third round at the World Amateur, so I will have to go check what happens. By the way, this is something new for next year and such, but next year for the World and European Amateur Chess Championship, I will build up a whole team, and I will be traveling to the World and European Amateur Chess Championship with my team of students. So if you want to take, if you want to be part of the journey, you can actually, start booking some lessons with me, and basically I will be inviting you at the World Amateur. I will be preparing you. We will be training together, analyzing together. Yeah, this is basically the whole point of this class. So let me know if you're interested. Send me a message if anything. We have a year to prepare and go win a couple of places. But okay, here I can capture because if pawn takes, I capture here and there is a pin. So I would just, okay, he resigned. Okay, it's pretty nice. Nice game. Let's just keep going. I mean, he doesn't want to, but okay, let's just check this very quickly. Here, everything was decent, just that he blundered upon only one move. He should have played maybe knight a5 in order to grab the last for bishop, then play d6 and bishop g4. After which I wanted to go h3, and this is usually a normal way of developing queen d2. At some point, I might be playing d4 just in order to have an active knight, and then once I have an active knight, I can just start play the middle game. And then you have to be creative. What to do? f4, e5, knight f5. The only way to be better at middle games is to practice whatever you think is the best and then analyze with the engine and see if you're the greatest of all time or not. Um, All right, let's just keep going. So let me just go check some uh because since I'm a title player, many players send me you know invitations to play every time I'm connected. Okay. Oh wait, this is not the thing. All right. No. Okay. I don't know where to go. American player named Yusef. Let's just play some e4, a5. Okay, who is this guy? All the counts. Oh, am I playing against this type of player? Really, I'm playing against this type of player. Come on, play faster, play faster, play faster. It's okay. Am I playing against this type of player? If castles, I have 96. Yeah, okay. He didn't castle. No, he did. All right. And there is a pin on d8. Oof, I thought he was like a cheater or something. Okay, like, it happens, I guess. There isn't much I can say. He just sacrificed the rook, and now I just brought all my pieces into the game very normally. I just opened up the center since the king is in the middle. I didn't even have time to talk. This is like crazy. And now he cannot capture back because I win on d8, and the game is simply winning. I guess he threw the game off. He didn't want to fight against me or something. All right. Player rated 600. I don't want to play against anyone stronger than that. Amiramadi. Amiramadi, yeah, exactly. So e4, we will see what my opponent goes for, and we will see. Knight c6. All right. Nimzovich defense, exactly. d4, he will go d5. Yeah, and now notice that I'm just taking the center. I'm bringing my pieces in the center. Nothing too much to be talked about. Here I can play e5 to force the knight to retreat back. And if the knight goes on d5, then I will take a huge space advantage with c4. And now what's funny is that we transposed back into a Alekhine's defense. All right, knight b6, and it's okay. I will just keep developing my pieces. I will go castles, and I guess I will win, right? I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. The only thing that is sure is that I'm having all my pieces in the game. I will be developing normally, putting my bishop on some active squares. I might be castling, I might be not castling. Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no. If castles, I even want to go for a dirty, silly trick. Oh, watch. Oh, I just hit my foot against it. Yeah, I will go for some dirty tricks right now. And the dirty trick is very fun. I will actually go for okay, he's not allowing me. If castles, I wanted to go for h4. Okay, if I do not, okay, if I castle, he takes, I take back, knight b4. So maybe I should be taking here first. And now if bishop takes, and I have c5. If queen takes, it's the same. I have c5 fork. He had to take back with the pawn, after which I just wanted to castle. But once again, tactical mistakes, guys. It's not too difficult, and every single one of you would be able to fork, right? In the middle game, you don't need more than that. You just need to bring all your pieces, be patient, and try not to blunder your pieces. This is really all there is to do. There isn't much more to say or to practice. Bring your pieces, choose some opening system in which you feel the most comfortable. Caro-Kann, E4, E5, whatever. But then do not blunder your pieces. This is the most important factor of the game. We don't need more than that. I would just chase the knight away, but I'm not attacking the knight because the rook is hanging. So maybe a3 is a little bit dubious, but okay. Yeah, and now I can go queen f3. If he captures, then I will have queen f7, king d8, and rook d1, and I will be winning the queen. So I will play queen f3. If he goes for some f6, then this diagonal is a weak signal. I have queen h5 check. If he goes g6, then I have bishop takes right here. And yeah, if the king goes on d8, there is always knight f7 fork. And if after g6 bishop takes, pawn takes, then I can even go queen takes, because if king f8, then I have queen f7, and if you go king d8, I have knight f7. So this is pretty winning. And if, of course, king f8, now I'm just checkmating him. Now, of course, he's not getting checkmated. He's just losing the queen. Feels like if he goes king e8, I might be trying this, but then he goes back to d7. So king e8, I will just capture the queen first. If king d7, now I can move back. I wanted to go like check and such, but he's not allowing me to. All right, and now I will just keep improving my position. Okay, I will give him a check just to go snap some pawns. If he goes bishop to e7, then I will just keep developing. Maybe I should go rook e1 to attack the pawn on e6. If he goes rook f8, then I have queen takes e6 check. Yeah, now I will just, once again, keep developing my pieces. If he goes rook f8, I can always snap the pawn, but I see another tactic. I see that I can go bishop f7. Oh no, there is knight takes. All right. If king takes, then I thought queen e7, but no, he has knight takes. Yeah, and now, of course, I'm just going to win. I mean, I'm up a queen, so this position looks pretty decent, I want to say. Now this is a mistake because the king is already on d8, so now I can just take and yeah, and slowly but surely fold the game. Yeah, notice that the king is just super weak. With bishop e7, then I don't even know where to start. I should be maybe I should just go knight there. Maybe I should just go. Hmm. I will go bishop to a2 just to start applying some pressure against the e6 pawn. Yeah, now he goes e5, which is fine. I would just go back to e3 just with the intention of capturing it. If he goes bishop takes, then there is a pin and I can capture on d7. And knight e6, he's thinking to chase my queen away, but I can go bishop e6 and once again he's pinned. So once again, the best idea ever, but tactically it's falling apart. So it's quite an issue. Yeah, and once again, there isn't much to analyze. My opponent just blundered pieces in one move. And this is why I always tell you guys, if you want to get better at chess, train with someone, especially in the beginning. The beginning, when you realize that you're making a lot of calculation and tactical mistakes, you need someone to be training with. You know, and even if you don't want to train with anyone, that's okay, but you need to train. You need to practice. If you don't, and it can cost you a lot of chess games. But okay, I think we have it for now. Let me know if there's anything new that I can actually help you with. All right, my opponent isn't playing any new games, so just thanks. Actually, let's just keep going. It's okay. Let's just keep going. So what? Okay, put up a. Let's just find someone that wants to play. Okay. All right, carry the weight. New account created in March. Okay. Some Caro-Kann. So let's just play for some anti-Caro-Kann. All right. The exchange variation. Now he's giving me the center, which is okay. I will play c4 and now notice my beautiful center. I'm controlling a lot of squares. Now I'm just bringing all my pieces into the game. Knight f3. I will play bishop e3 just to defend the pawn. I will play bishop d3 just to improve my bishop. And yeah, at some point, his position might be collapsing, or maybe not. Who knows? If he captures, I would just capture back and have a good pawn structure. Okay, I will play h3 with intention that if he takes, then my position is all right. I'll play rook c1. If he captures, I capture back with the rook. Anyway, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have played h3. I should have gone 92. With intention, if captures, I have the open g file. But okay, I messed it up. I'm only human after all. I would just play 92 anyway. Now it's just that after the trade right here, my pawn structure might be a little bit silly, but at the same time, the bishop isn't quite perfectly placed for the moment. And I would, this is still hard to attack right here. I'll play king h1, rook g1, and notice now my piece connection. My opponent is doing some crazy work right now. Positionally, he's getting a little bit outplayed, but it doesn't matter because he's doing some nice work. Some great battery. My opponent is showing some very good, some very good understanding of the resources. It's a pleasure to see, to be fully honest with you. Okay, if he goes queen d7, I will just have to check how to keep going right here. Maybe I can just go bishop e5 with the intention of the trade, and if he moves back, I will have some attacks, some attack one day. This is already dubious. The problem is that he's blundering a fork. And now I will be capturing on h7 in between, so I'm attacking both the bishop and the king. And the problem is that once he captures on f4, I capture on g7 with check. King h8. And now I will capture on h7 and not on f4. And now look, I could be capturing back on f4, but I will actually go queen g1 check. Okay, I don't have to be fully honest with you. If bishop g4, I thought about that. If queen g5, then I go with this. So I guess I would just go queen g1. He has to block with one of the pieces here. And regardless of which one, I will go rook g7, picking up the rook on the bishop on g5 with the rook. And now I'm fighting both the queen, both the queen and mate. And now he's getting checkmated. Nice game. Very decent game. I wanted to go 92 without going h3. It's just much, much, much better. But okay, let's just see what he's the most afraid of against the Caro-Kann. I think he'll go for the exchange variation. No, he's not following my content. He doesn't know that the exchange variation can be dangerous. All right, but he's playing some decent lines, to be fully honest with you. I don't want to go too far and too deep into my repertoire, but I would recommend you to go c5. Okay, I play knight c6. I'm just applying some pressure, and now it's just a French without the light square bishop. So queen b6, rook c8 at some point, and my position is just fine. Okay, I don't want to be trading too much. I will just take on d4 because I don't want him to capture on c5. I want to go 97. The problem is the capture. Now he's blundering a pawn, though. So I just have to be careful to not blunder anything back. But since it's not my goal to be blundering anything back, so I guess it should be all right. I'm up a pawn, and when you're up a pawn, the next goal is just to carry the weight, and bring all your pieces into the game. Queen d5, this is a logical approach. I will trade the queens off and go king d7, just making sure that he's not forking me. He found some good resource. Okay, now this is strange. I can play a6 and chase him away. He should have captured back when he had the chance to. I just don't know which way he should have captured, because if bishop takes, actually I had knight c6, and if bishop takes, then I just had. I'm sorry, if knight takes, I had knight c4. If bishop takes, king c6. So yeah, I guess it wasn't that simple after all. Now he's giving me another pawn, and I will just try to either trade some pieces off or bring some pieces into the game. Now he's giving me yet another fork, and just for the. Okay, if I do this, he goes b3. Captures, captures. No, I will just bring some pieces into the game. I'm feeling more confident bringing some pieces to the game. Now I can actually play bishop d6 in between move. If he captures the knight, I capture the bishop, and if he captures, I capture back. Very practical approach, guys. I'm not a magician. I don't want to say that I'm a magician, but I'm definitely not a positional player that planted everything and such. No, no, no. I'm really going for what is causing the biggest amount of troubles for my opponent to be thinking about. Okay, now I can go for this caption between, but I don't like the caption on e6. I would just go 95. I'm also preventing knight c3, so it should be fine. Yeah. If knight c3 I'm capturing, if knight d2 I'm capturing, if rook d1 I might be going bishop e5. Okay, now I will just play rook c1 just to make sure that I'm infiltrating on the c file, file. Like every single European human being, I'm just having a mix of every single accent that exists, so it's not, I guess, I'm pretty average, right? Doubling on the d file. I mean, I'm allowing some dirty 94, but it's okay. If 94, knight c4, the problem is that he's not applying any pressure against the knight. If he could have attacked this knight with a pawn, then this pin might have been an issue. But it doesn't feel like it's the case, so it should be alright. Let's just play rook b2. Okay, now I will just. Oh wait, I thought that I would double, but I won't. I can capture here. I can also go knight c3. Let's just capture. There's nothing wrong with that. Rook c7, defending. Nothing can be really added to this. If he goes knight e4, I might have knight c3, but he captures. So it's not that. Okay, here I might be winning a pawn. A lot of tactics. Yeah, that's how funny it is. That's definitely how funny it is. Capturing yet another pawn. If he captures, oh wait, my screen is lagging. I don't know if you see it. Screen is lagging. chasing the knight away. If he goes knight f3, I mean, now it's hanging. I'm defending. Everything is fine. Everything is all right. Yeah. I think I would go knight c3 because if he captures here, I capture the rook. And if he goes rook c1, then I just go back to c7. The rook is fairly protected, no longer getting attacked. And yeah, winning is winning. Accepté, bien joué. Thanks. Okay. GG. All right, this was actually quite an interesting game. Um, yeah, it was quite an interesting game. Yeah, I had to be slightly more careful, slightly carefuler than usual. Yeah, so it's very interesting. Yeah, played at 97% accuracy. Yeah, basically the opening went fairly well. Yeah, here if knight a7, then I had I think this, and I'm attacking everything. And even if he moves back, then I win the pawn or anything else. And if he goes bishop takes, then I wanted to go for this move. But I guess 94, so there isn't anything can be really done here. I mean, I can still go knight c4. It's okay. I mean, I'm still fairly well protected, developed. I have more pieces playing. So maybe it's equal, materially speaking, but it was definitely the right thing to do. Instead, he allowed me to chase knight away, win yet another pawn, brought all my pieces into the game. And yeah, now it's just a perfect game, right? I mean, I just brought all my pieces into the game, fairly well protected, won everything. Yeah, now there is sadly nothing else that can be done. All right, I think now we have it. Now I will sadly have to go. Thank you for today. See you in the future. Take care. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. See you in the future. Bye bye.